Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for season 1 of Queen's Court on Peacock. Now, I've been trying to watch it all week to get it over to y'all, so I'm gonna give y'all the best that I got with this one. If you're a subscriber, you know I've been overcoming a cold, and would y'all believe I still got a cough and congestion? Like, it's week 2. That is why we are going rogue. No notes, no nothing. I'm just winging it. We just gonna talk about it, okay? It's just gonna be a conversation. Like that. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think of this season. I know there's been a lot of spoilers out there before we could even really get into it, but I would still recommend watching. It is a Will Packer production. I'm trying to get on a Will Packer production. I mean, Ready to Love something. Will, if you see this, holla at me, okay? So, if you're new here and you enjoy the video, please do me a favor, do me a solid and hit the subscribe button. I'm almost to 400 subscribers and I need y'all's help to get there. So hit the subscribe, check out all my other content. I do TV show reviews. Be sure to like and comment. It will help me out a ton. Now this particular show, it is not a court TV show, okay? That's why the name, I was like, But you know, it's a good dating show with Tamar Braxton, Nivea, and Evelyn Lozada. We gonna talk about her when we talk about her, okay? But with their dating in Atlanta, they bought them 21 single men, you know, mostly black men, as few sprinkle of white men. And the host is Holly Robinson Pete and her husband, which we know they had a TV show before showing their family. They got the whole black love, black excellence thing going on. So definitely seemed like a good watch. Now, before we could even get into the season, the day the show dropped, if you saw on my community tab, it was like Evelyn's engaged. A couple hours later, Tamar's engaged. And it's like, I can't even get the remote in my hand to turn the TV on, and we already done found out who's engaged. But spoilers don't ruin it for me personally because I feel like I gotta watch it. All right, now I know the ending, but I still want to know how we got there. So me personally, it don't ruin it for me, but I know it does ruin it for folks. So I was kind of upset that they even did that so soon. Like we didn't even get a chance to watch. But Nivea didn't come out with no engagement. So I was like, well, why is my girl Nivea? Nivea is funny, okay? I'm like, why is Nivea not coming out with an engagement? So for that alone, if you don't know nothing else, you got to watch to see what was going on with her. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Yeah, let's go ahead with Nivea. So they started off, they were at a like a mixer or kind of getting to know each other. It was like a masquerade party where they were mixing and mingling. Everybody had masks on. You could still kind of tell like who the ladies were behind the mask, but so everybody was socializing. They took the mask off eventually. But, I think the women always have to ask the men to go on a date. Those are the guys that they're interested in. And then, towards the end of the episodes, the guys they're not really interested in, they're up for elimination. So, this was, Evelyn. I ain't like, y'all know, Evelyn. When she was on Basketball Wives talking about OG, first of all, let me tell you something. I wasn't even watching Basketball Wives anymore when I heard about her going back and forth with OG. I didn't even know who OG was. But I knew about them comments she made. And let me tell you, I ain't never saw for Evelyn, not from the beginning. So Evelyn had asked a gentleman out. And he was like, well, I'd like to, but I'd have to respectfully decline because I'm already going out on a date with Nivea. And she was like, Nivea? And I could tell she thought like she thought she was better than Nivea. Like, oh, you rather go with Nivea than me? Like, you turning me down because you're going out with Nivea? Yes, honey, he's turning you down because he's going out with Nivea. Like, I could tell she just thought she was just, that girl. And she did have like most of the guys into her. I could go on a whole nother rant about that. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day because a lot of people will, call her or refer to her as a preference. But I ain't going to go there too much in this video. But I mean, that could be one of the reasons why. I don't know. Because all of the ladies are great and have something to offer. Nivea and Tamar are really talented. Evelyn is a socialite. So yeah. So she was like, well, Nivea, she's like, it's no shade. It's just, I'm surprised because Lil Wayne is her baby daddy. Okay, Lil Wayne is her one of her children's fathers, and her other children's fathers is her ex-husband, The Dream, who looks nothing like Lil Wayne. So it's not like she just has a type, like, oh, she just only goes after Lil Wayne types, and I'm surprised. Child, no, they ain't had nothing to do with it because The Dream ain't nothing like Lil Wayne. So clearly, Nivea don't got no type. You just thought that she was above her, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Y'all let me know y'all's. But Nivea, love you, girl. But ooh, my little lamb, honey, you was leading with too much sex. Everything that came out her mouth was sexual. Talking about, oh, I'm so turned on. Oh, I like D pics. Oh, my punani, all he had to do was give me roses and I'm ready to give up the draws. Nivea. And then it's like, okay, well, now I'm starting to see why maybe she didn't get engaged because she's overly sexual. Then she was crying later on, episodes down, about how, she didn't want to be looked at as a sexual object and nobody's really trying to get to know her. But that's what you led with. And I know we all grown. Shoot, Evelyn was on there talking about tossing the man salad and she popped out with a ring. But she didn't lead with that. Tamar, might have mentioned it a time or two, but she didn't lead with that. Like, that was all Nivea was talking about. And the caliber of men that she was going after, like, because, yeah, Tamar was with that blue-eyed soul of a white man with 5 kids and 4 baby mamas. A flag on the play for me, okay? But Nivea was with a black man who had, like, 6 kids, 5 baby mamas. And we know in our community it's a little bit different, okay? That flag was on fire, like, honey. And he wasn't. It's like, okay, well, he has a past. Everybody deserves to be loved or deserves a second chance. He didn't ask no deep questions trying to get to know her. He just rubbed her foot and she started moaning and groaning. Like, he didn't try to really get to know her. So much so to the point, it's like they're 2 guys, her 2 main top guys. They were forming a bromance. They were more into each other than they were into her, and that's a problem. So much so to the point where she was interested in this white guy, this boxer, I think his name was Travis, who initially she had pushed off to Evelyn. He wasn't to Evelyn, but she kind of, like, when he first sat down, he sat down with her. And she suggested he go talk to Evelyn. Because she was like, we like the same type. Because every time, at first, in the beginning, everybody who Nivea was interested in, here Evelyn come, trying to go behind her and get the same man. I said, ugh. But, they're all there to date and get to know one another, so I had to let it go. But then comes find out Nivea really liked the guy. She was the one saving him. Evelyn really had no interest in him. But she was like, I don't think he sees that I'm starting to, have more feelings for him more than friendship. But he didn't want her and she ended up crying about it. And so she was stuck with her 2 loser choices. And she ended up with nobody, and I hate to see it. I hate it for her. Maybe she should get a spinoff of her own, like Second Chance at Love, Nivea or something, just so she can have her guys there for her with a better pool of men, better pickings. Because we ain't gonna act like, oh, Nivea just deserve. I know she been through a lot. She been through a lot. That don't mean she deserves these bums and guys that aren't interested in her. Not saying those men are bums. I'm just saying they weren't right for her. But she deserves better guys. Even her friends was like, yeah, they some guy who bumming off a couch and need $20 and getting on the bus. No. Like, her ex-husband is the dream. Her ex-fiance is Lil Wayne. Like, so it's like she's dated men with caliber and status and things of that nature. And she deserves to have a good man, okay? A good man, Savannah. So I was a little saddened for her. And I also feel like she need to watch her back with Evelyn because it was giving frenemy. Okay? It was giving frenemy. Like, she up there, oh, love you, girl. Look, you look cute and all that stuff. Because she don't think she's, no competition. If she thought Nivea was real competition, I promise you it wouldn't be all, butterflies and hugs. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Evelyn, we done talked about her enough, so let's go ahead and talk about her real quick. She says she typically dates black men, which is funny because it's like you tear down black women, but you always date black men. But anyway, so she constantly talked about her ex-husband, who she kind of don't want to claim, but she only mentioned him, and her issues with DV. I am not trying to shame a victim of DV at all. I've been through it myself, in a previous marriage as well. So, I mean, I totally get it. It was just like everything that came out at that time, during that time when she was going through that, it was kind of contradictory to what this picture she's painting of the situation is. Like, it just didn't align. Like, it was just like years later, she was saying, like, she would still choose him and she was on the island alone and all this stuff. And it's like, it was just everything she was saying, it kind of, what was put out, was like contradicting what she was putting out on this show. Now, we weren't there. We don't know what was really going on, but she made it seem like, oh, I had to get away because he was just this monster. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. It's a tough situation because, sometimes you don't even know what to believe when these situations occur because you don't know if somebody's putting 20 on 10 and they just going overboard. And so you want to believe the victim. But then we've also saw sometimes where men are getting shamed. Now, he shouldn't have been headbutting her. That's an absolute no-no. But we've been seeing situations where men were accused of doing things that they weren't doing. And so it gets to be a sticky, like, thin line. But I'm glad she got out of that situation. I'm glad she walked away from that. Nobody, man, woman, no one should be putting up with that or going through that. It's definitely just not a good situation to be in, or for somebody to be doing that to someone else. You shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. Nobody should be putting their hands on you. It's just wrong. My thing is, like, it seemed like they kind of like forgave each other and moved on, but she's talking about it like it happened yesterday. And it's like, this happened in 2012. Like, it happened so long ago. It's like you literally moved on, got engaged to a man who's in the media. Like, it seems like he's going to court for the things he's done with Megan Thee Stallion, another woman. Like, but she didn't say anything about him. Like, you've been engaged to another man and had another child. Your ex has moved on and had other children, and he's engaged to somebody at the moment. So it's like, why are we talking about this like it just happened and like you didn't move on and have what happened in your most previous relationship? Like, she talked about that so much, you would almost forget that she had any other relationships. What happened in your most recent relationship with your fiance of years? Why didn't you marry him? What's going on with him? Because he's the father of your child. What happened in that situation? I don't know. I feel like she just kind of played it up so she can be like, poor me, woe was me. And then and that's it. And then didn't give any great detail. I don't know. Even in this situation where they got engaged so quickly, I don't know if the conversations were had off camera, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of like in-depth conversations for us to get to the point of getting engaged. Like, wow, whoa, how did we get from 0 to 100 like that? Like, we went from still trying to get to know each other to we fiancés. Like, that's something that we got to stop taking. So people being a fiance nowadays, I'm telling you, it's like it's like getting a promise ring. I'm telling you, every time I turn around, people getting engaged and ain't nobody making it down the aisle, myself included. I was just engaged and I didn't even make it down the aisle. So it seemed like we got to take this. Before, when people got engaged, you knew they was gonna get married. Now you don't really know what's gonna happen. Okay, you just gotta wait till you get a wedding invite because y'all just using it so loose. Like, I think Tamar might go all the way. I hope she does. Evelyn, I don't know if she's gonna actually marry this guy. I don't know. We gotta wait and see. Now, what I did like about it, her person that she's engaged to, he came a little bit later. She was open to dating guys of other races. They all were, it seemed. But as soon as she had to tell you, she was a little judgy. Like, when she didn't like somebody, she was making a little shady comments. She didn't want a man under his 40s because she's in her mid 40s. And they were just like, why won't you give this guy who's like 32 a chance? Well, she's 46. Like, there's nothing wrong. I didn't see anything wrong with her wanting a man that's close to her age. Like, she had valid reasons. I think she kept her options open for the sake of the show. But I mean, if you know what you want, you know what you want. Like, yeah, you should be open to seeing what else is out there because obviously what you want ain't really gotten you nowhere because you're single. But at the same time, like, we don't got to bend on every single thing. Like, my goodness, if she wants somebody that's around her age range, then she has that right. She lived to be 46, so now she know. Like, listen, what the 30-year-old can offer me, I don't want it. Okay, now especially a lot of the younger guys, some of them didn't even have children or anything. She like, I'm done having kids. She got a 30-year-old daughter and a son that's about to go to middle school soon. So yeah, I didn't see nothing wrong with that. The guy that she picked, he like, cause she got butterflies on her back, and we've seen that even back when she was on Basketball Wives. He didn't ask her about it or anything, but he took her on a date and got her like 12 butterflies because he knew it was her thing. And I thought that is what we all want and deserve as women. Like a man who just knows what to do. Don't gotta ask. You don't gotta tell him. He just pays attention to those little details. Like, you just see something about me, or you heard me say I like something, and you just do it. Like, I don't know. It's been so long since I've experienced that. I was with my ex-fiance. He's a father of my daughter, and for years, like, it was so bad. Like, the lack of romance is so important. Even if you're not like a really romantic person, it is needed. Like, to the point where he didn't do anything like romantic towards the end, nothing at all. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like, it's giving roommates. Like, you're not doing any. I don't want to tell you to do every little thing. Like, I would complain, like, I like flowers, I like flowers, I like flowers. Just the smallest, like, I just want, just because it's Tuesday, just because you were thinking about me, just because I like it. He wouldn't do it because he knew I like it. Or he would do it. I remember his birthday's a month before mine. I got him, just a quick story time. I'm going to make it real quick. I got him jewelry for his birthday one year. This is after we got engaged. I feel like when he proposed, he felt like I proposed and I got to do nothing else. I'm done for life. I gave you a ring. I don't got to give you nothing else. And baby, no. Okay? Mm-mm. But I gave him jewelry. There was a restaurant he never tried. I said, we both never tried. We went there for the first time. I, booked a hotel room, tried to do a whole thing. This is after I just gave birth, okay? My birthday the following month, what did he do? He ordered some 1-800 flowers, and then they didn't even, because in the morning I'm like, where's my gift? And he was like, well, you said you wanted to go to the beach. I had to pick where I wanted to go. We had to take the kids. Nothing was thought out. Didn't pick a restaurant. Didn't like put any thought or any type of effort into it. And then I'm like, where's my gift? I deserve this is not, the free beach is not the gift. Okay. It's not the gift. So then flowers come, and I'm like, you did same day delivery? He's like, I didn't do it same day and all this stuff. 1-800 flowers the same day delivery. I know because I've done it. I done slipped up and forgot somebody's birthday or Mother's Day and did it. So yes, they do same day delivery. And I'm like, that I didn't want it like that's the gift. I just wanted that to be like a gesture. But when on big things, my birthday is important to me. Celebrate me, because I'm gonna give it. Like, when you give support into a woman, she naturally is usually a giver. Usually women just give. You giving to me, I'm gonna want to do something for you because I know my man is gonna do it for me. So you don't even gotta complain women won't do this and that. Women will take you out on dates. Women will do nice things for you when they know that their man is going to take care of them. They're going to turn around and in turn take care and nurture, and all this feminine energy that's like we're begging and pleading to want to give, it's going to naturally come out when we know a man is like they're caring for us the way that we're supposed to be cared for. But it will set the tone, because Tamar, now, we know she engaged to the white man, JR, but her other option was Gatsby. It wasn't a bad looking guy. I didn't know if it was giving like man weave on the top or not, so I ain't gonna say nothing. But JR, every time JR came, he would come with a gift. It had to be nothing big all the time, just little gestures, just little things. Just making gestures because he's dating and he wants to be chose. Like, he's showing like, it's me, I'm him. So it gets me, like, every time he come always getting a gift. Like, he's trying to buy your love, and I don't got to do all that. I don't think I got to do all that. Why don't you? Why not? What is it going to hurt to, like, pick up $1 lottery ticket? Like, what is the harm? Like, $5 on flowers, what is it going to hurt? Why not? And that's why I'm like, it sets the tone. For me, in my situation I just talked about with my ex, Like in the beginning, he would do romantic things here and there. It wasn't like all the time. Like I like it. It wasn't consistent. And I would have to. I remember we went on a date like in the beginning, and we were walking on the street, and the man is supposed to walk on the outside or whatever. Some people don't care about that. Me, I'm old school. I do like that. Like, yeah, why? And he was like walking real fast ahead of me, and it's like I'm like, slow down. Like, walk next to me and walk. Like, why am I walking next to the cars? And he's like, why does it matter? And when I say I like flowers, he's like, oh, well, my ex didn't like flowers. She used to throw them away. I ain't your ex, baby. I don't care what she liked. And that set the tone because later in the relationship, he just stopped doing everything. He wouldn't do anything. So how it goes in the beginning, if it's starting off and he talking about I don't need to prove my love and I don't need to buy gifts, it's only going to get worse. It is not 9 times out of 10. Sometimes there's an exception to the rule where they change, but usually it gets worse. As the time goes by, it gets worse. Then you get into it. I'm like, I got a kid with you now. We engaged. Like, we got moved into a house. This whole thing. Now you feel stuck. Like, you need to stay in it. You ain't got to stay in that. It's all right. Just dust it off. Like, it was a bad decision. He wasn't your forever person. And move along. Because now like, I absolutely cannot tolerate it. Because you will stay and try to get this person to do these things that somebody else, you don't even have to ask the right person to do them. You might stay so long in it that you will begin to really, like, dislike to the point where it's like, I don't even like you. I don't even like you as a person. Like, what was I ever even doing with you? Like, me and you should have never even met. And you don't want to get there. So it's like Gatsby coming along, you loud and you trying to get all this attention. I feel like he just wanted to be on the show. Like, you want to stand out for the show, but you're not looking for love. And Tamar was picking up on that. She's like, I used to be that loud, obnoxious person. And that there's a time and a place. But you do it no matter time or place. And I don't like that. But JR doing what he's supposed to do. So much to the point that she didn't even care about the 5 kids and 4 baby mamas. She'd rather take him than take Gadsby. Well, I don't know how many baby mamas and kids he got, but she'd rather take the one with the four baby mamas, 5 kids, than you. Because JR put in effort. And that's what she ended up with. Now, we know outside of the show, she was saying, ain't no drama. The youngest child's baby mama was like, you a lie, there is drama. I hope that drama short-lived. I hate it for her. But he does seem like a nice guy. It's a little concerning. The reason being is because, everybody deserves to be loved. Like last night I saw in the shade room, Erykah Badu was like, where is my king? I ain't settling until I get him. And they was like, the nerve of her. She got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. And she still deserved to be loved. And guess what? And she still deserved not to settle. And she still deserved her king. And 2 of her kids is grown. So, I mean, you got no little kids running around. So, yeah, she still deserves it. So, JR, does he still deserve love? Yes. It's just a little concerning because his youngest is 2. So, it's like, you just got up out of that. And they said he was engaged to her. So, it's like, why do you have all these relationships? Like, yeah, you commit for a short time. You're here for a good time. But are you here for a long time? Okay? Are you here for a long, long time? Because if I'm going to have you around my kids and I'm, taking care of your kids and all that stuff, baby, you better be around for a long, long time. But I do see them, because Tamar seems like she really in it. I went to Evelyn's page to see her. Ain't no trace of that man nowhere. And then they on 2, he in Atlanta, she in Cali. I don't know. But I do hope all the ladies find love. I hope Nivea gets a spinoff. Like, she deserves a second chance at this. But Nivea, if you get a second chance at this, we can't put the full blame on the men now. You cannot keep leading with the cat. Put the cat on ice. Okay? Tuck her away. Lock her tight. Talk about it with your friends on the phone when the camera crew is gone for the night or whatever. But don't keep just moaning and groaning every time a man taps you on the shoulder or gives you like they giving crumbs, little crumbs. Like, oh, all you gotta do is give me flowers and my floodgates is open. No. Get some standards about yourself, Nivea. Come on now, because you better than this. Nivea's a star, honey. So she deserved better than this. But I did enjoy the show. I wish they would have picked a different woman than Evelyn. Just, I don't know. Y'all let me know. If y'all Evelyn fans, let me know. Let me know why. Let me know what y'all thinking in general. If there's something I forgot to touch on, because again, I'm going rogue. I'm just talking, honey. That's why I need notes. because it keep me on track. Otherwise, I done went off on a tangent. But if y'all feeling it, be sure to like, check out my other comment with my other reviews where I do have structure and notes, okay? And be sure to like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.